Hello everybody, my name is Virus1. I am back to give you guys the last video in my series of Windows 3.x. We're going to be looking at the Windows 3.1 0.68 release candidate for Windows 3.1, and we will also be looking at Windows 3.1 Retail, the version that was released to manufacturing for people to own. So everything looks the same. There's a little difference between the setup screen. That setup screen shows up because I used the express install because I wanted to get this done quick. Even though I thought it was gonna give me some problems, I mean, I just wanted to get through it quick because I didn't want to deal with any errors that happened in the installation. Because these files are so buggy. Like, I got so many error messages with these. That's why I couldn't do the Windows 3.0 beta builds and stuff, because they were so buggy. Either they froze on the installation screen or they just would not install at all. Beside the point, this is Windows 3.1.68 release candidate. I'm just gonna call it release candidate for now because that's a lot of numbers to say. So this is the release candidate. Some of the icons look different. As you saw, the control panel looks a little bit more different. We still got Dr. Watson here, which is very nice. I think that was a debugging tool, I believe. Now we have some new things. We got Paintbrush Write Recorder. We're going to be looking at those near the end of the video, near the end of this section, what I'll call it. Now, since I have a little bit of time to talk to you guys, I'm gonna teach you guys a little bit about this build. Let's talk about the release candidate version. So this build was made in January 21st of 1992, and it was shipped to testers on the 24th of January of the same year. And here's a little bit of something cool that I didn't know. There was an article written by Andrew Schulman titled "Examining the Windows AARD Detection Code." And apparently to this article, there was an infamous code in this release candidate that was labeled as pre-release build 3.10.068. So that pretty much confirms that this is the pre-release, and this is the release candidate, one of the release candidates to Windows 3.1, which is pretty cool. As you can see, we got some new stuff on here. We've got Media Player, we got Sound Recorder. The Sound Recorder looks a little bit like the ones in Windows 95 and 98. So it looks pretty cool. It's some new stuff that we haven't seen in the other build, which I will put links on top of the video. So you guys will be able to see the version before that I did this. I'm sorry guys, I'm just so sorry. I cannot, by all the life of me, I could not get those dang earlier builds to actually run on this virtual machine. And I really don't have any old computers lying around just to test that out. I wish I did, and if I did, I mean, I would do it for you guys. But in the future, hopefully, maybe by some chance, I'll keep trying my best to get those beta builds running. And if I can get those beta builds running, I'll make it an extra video just for you guys, so you guys can take a look at what it looked like 3.0, so you guys can see all that, because I want you guys to look at that. But right now, I just don't have the resources to do that, and I just can't get past those problems. It's just difficult, you know? We still got Minesweeper and we still have Solitaire, which is pretty good. And let me talk a little bit about Windows 3.x overall, since I never really got to talk about it that much. So Windows 3.x is pretty much one of the first successful Windows operating systems at the time. Another little breakthrough that it made is it was the first version of Windows to be pre-installed on hard drives. So you might be asking yourself, how did they when they shipped computers, how did they put the operating system on? Well, what would happen is that pretty much when you bought the computer back in those days, they would ship with you just the computer and everything else that you needed, and they would also have the floppy disks for the operating systems that you need to do, so like DOS, Windows, all that sort of jazz, and you had to install it. But now, with Windows 3.x, all you really had to do was just start up your computer. Just like how we have it in these days, where the operating system is already built in. And it's That's pretty cool if you ask me. How we have that sort of concept now in these days. So pretty much, Microsoft, what impresses me by Microsoft is that they dropped support for this one pretty darn quick. It was, no, not pretty darn quick, it was a long time. They officially dropped support for their 16-bit OSs on December 31st, 2001. That's a long time for this operating system to be up and running. It's almost 9 years of service that this operating system was putting out. And if you guys saw, that was the help files that we have in Windows 3.1. I didn't see that in the last build, nor did I see that in Windows 2 or 1. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember seeing those at all. The sound icon looks a little bit more different. We got color. We can actually change the background of it. So I changed some stuff here to Arizona. As you can see, you can finally change everything. It looks really nice, making it look a little bit more nicer. It looks so cool. I never thought about that. In the last build, we weren't able to do that at all. There was no options whatsoever. But now we can. Here it is. See? Yeah. We can do it. That's pretty much about it. About that. What surprises me is that this operating system survived a very long time. This thing, OEM licensing for Windows 3.11 was for embedded systems was still available until November the 1st of 2008. That is amazing. That impresses me so much. I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. I'm gonna have to wrap up the Windows release candidate version, and we're gonna move right onto the retail. So while the install is going, I'll be talking to you guys about a little itty bitty facts about Windows 3X. It's even in the modern world, it's amazing how this operating system with 20 years of service, it's still being used by corporations. This operating system was still used in some long-distance jet computers. That's amazing. That's amazing. I was astonished when I heard that. When I saw that and read that, I was very astonished that they still used this 20-year-old operating system and they used it in jet computers, which was that's pretty cool. And it was also still widely used as an embedded operating system for retail cash tills. So, you know, these operating systems survive a very long time. I mean, look at Windows XP. Survived until 2014, until Microsoft basically cut support for them. It's amazing. It is amazing. And that operating system was what, in 2001? That's when it was released. That's like a decade of service right there. That's amazing. It impresses me how it is like that. Alright, let's give you guys some little itty bitty facts about Windows 3.1, this retail version. So this is definitely the retail version for Windows. It was compiled in March 1992. I don't have a specific date. And it was released to the market in April 6th, 1992. I apologize for the double icons on here. I had to reinstall it again because it crashed and it was being stupid. So I apologize for that. So I apologize if you see double. It's not your screen, don't worry. You're not seeing double vision. It's just that I had to reinstall this twice. So, you know, for it to actually work. But as you can see, quite a little bit not much has changed. I'm not going to say quite a little bit has changed. It's not that much has changed. They took out Dr. Watson, which saddens me. I like Dr. Watson. Everything looks pretty much the same. Nothing new, really. Just a couple of minor tweaks here and there, some bugs that they addressed in the last version. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Well, I'm gonna have to be wrapping up this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching once again. Virus Slurtable, signing off.